In this video I'm going to guide you through our full assortment of woods that we use in our portfolio for our backs, for sides, for necks and fingerboards. Coming up. This is episode 2 of our video series where we talk about our full assortment of woods for building our guitars. In video number 1 we talked about the woods we use for building our guitar tops. It's linked over here. In this episode we're going to talk about our backs and sides and necks and fretboards. Mahogany is one of our woods that we use when it comes to back and sides. If you check our Ruby and Rubinito models, we mainly use mahogany there. For example, on this guitar here. This is the Ruby CM63. So you can find mahogany just here on the back and as a side wood for the Ruby CMX. So this is one of our main woods that we use for building backs and sides on our guitars. And this is because of its clear and crisp sound with distinctive overtones and a very quick attack. So this distinctive red-brown look is pretty easy to spot on a guitar. One step further, when it comes to optical look, we also use exotic mahogany, as you can see over here. For example, on this Ruby SMX, the X in this case stands for exotic mahogany. So you can just see how really exotically this is looking. Wood number 2 is maple. If you don't like the dark brown look of a mahogany, we offer maple, and on some guitars also figured maple as a typical wood for back and sides. It has a yellow look and sound-wise it creates a bright and immediate tone with a relatively quick note decay. So you can find figured maple, for example, here on our Perla Ambar models that you can just see. This is this yellow look that these instruments have. And the Perla Ambar is really one of our most famous instruments. So let's talk about neck woods. Very often mahogany is a very typical neck wood for classical guitars, and we still use this wood for the neck of some of our guitars, for example for the Romero series. But these days our main wood for necks is Tuna Calantas, and this has a very practical reason for us. The characteristics of Tuna Calantas are very close to basically the best wood that you can use for guitar necks, which is cedro. Since this is quite expensive and therefore not really usable for a typical La Mancha guitar, we decided to use Tuna Calantas. And honestly speaking, especially with the carbon reinforcement, this is a perfect and reliable wood for our La Mancha guitars necks, obviously. So now let's come to the typical wood that we use when it comes to building a La Mancha fretboard, and this is Ovancol. And this has a certain reason. Back in 2018 the CITES agreement restricted the use of rosewood also for building guitars. So these restrictions made it quite complicated for us to still use rosewood as basically one of the most commonly used fretboard woods. So we changed it and skipped to Ovancol. And then in 2021 the CITES restrictions got cancelled for the production of musical instruments. So we would have easily been able to switch back to rosewood as our main wood for fretboards, but we didn't. Throughout the years we established Ovancol, and this worked out quite well for us. So basically because of the quite similar characteristics to rosewood, so Ovankol is a very stiff and hard wood and without any type restrictions. So we talked about our main woods that we use for the back and sides of a La Mancha guitar, which is maple or mahogany. But let me tell you a little bit about some special wood combinations that we use. You should consider looking on, for example, this Zafiro CM from our Piedra Preciosa series, which is this one here. This is where you can find Pau Ferro as our wood to go for the back and for the sides. A very rarely used wood at La Mancha guitars, but even more special. So Pau Ferro is a very hard and dense wood. Sound-wise, it is known for its warm and balanced characteristics, somewhere in between mahogany and rosewood. So this was our go through the woods we use for La Mancha back and sides and fretboards. We would be very glad if you could leave us a like and a subscription to our channel. And if you have any questions, opinions, ideas, just leave them down in the comment section and we will answer them as soon and as quickly as possible. Talk to you next time.